So this week I have helped two patients. They were both dogs, and they shared the similar home environment in the sense that they had siblings, not dogs that were litter mates or genetically even related to them, but brothers, sisters, dogs that they shared their lives with. And when I'm doing euthanasias and I'm talking to owners and I notice that there's another pet, the question does pop up: what should we do with the other pet? How do we deal with this situation? And what do we do going forward as well? Should the other pet be present? And I really want to emphasize that there is no right or wrong answer. And I want to talk about these two patients that I helped this week and what I did, because both scenarios were so very different, and we did what was right based on all the variables and all the factors. So the first one was a beautiful little white fluffy. She was, sorry, there's a fly. She had heart failure, so it was her time. She was starting to struggle, and she had her little sister there, once again, sister, and another little white fluffy, and just so calm. Little sister just sat on a dog bed on the couch, and mum and dad were there. We were just holding her paws, and it was beautiful. It was a really calm environment, and so having her sister there, I think it just felt right. Now the other one that I saw this week, the other patient that I helped, when I came up, it was a 2-story house, and when I came up the stairs, I was greeted by his brother, and his brother was a 11-month-old boxer, beautiful dog, a natural bobtail, so he didn't have a tail, and he was at the top of the stairs, and at the top of their stairs, they had it's almost like a security gate, which was obvious that it was there to stop this big boy from jumping down the stairs or running away. And he was just full of energy, 10 out of 10. And I opened up the security, the latch, and sort of opened up the door, and he just was going, he was really well behaved. He's obviously been trained to not jump on strangers. But you could tell he was that's all he wanted to do was jump up on me and lick me. And he had all 4 paws on the ground. He's wiggling his little butt with his tail, because he doesn't really have a tail, so his little butt's wiggling. He got so excited that he ended up weeing at the ground and me, and it was all fine. And I took a moment to just get to know him. So I jumped on the ground with him, I let him lick my face, and I was like, okay, thinking maybe this excitement would pass. Now, if you've ever had an experience with 11-month-old male boxer, sometimes that excitement just stays around for quite a while, and it didn't pass. He was just so happy to have a stranger in the house and a guest. And so, I took my time with his parents, and, in the end, we decided that it was probably best for his brother's transition that he would go out on the balcony. So we gave him some treats, we popped him out on the balcony. And then after his brother passed, we decided to open up the balcony and let him come back in. And he was actually a little bit calmer then. And yeah, I think dogs, cats, our pets, they are going to experience grief. It is going to be different, very different to how we experience it. But in some ways, it's also very similar. And I think it's important that if we get the chance to let them say goodbye, that we take it. And so yeah, for both of them, they both got to see, their sibling, and to say goodbye as well. And on that note, I'm no psychologist by any stretch, but when it comes to grief, I do know how dogs experience it. And I do know that dogs really care about us, and they actually care about our emotions, and they want to protect us from certain negative emotions. And so when you are going through grief, it's important to go through it. It's not something that you want to avoid, but try to be upbeat as best as you can for your other pet that's still around. And yeah, if the routine is important, so please don't for the sake of your other pet, try not to break routine. If there's a daily walk or a walk to the dog park with your dog, then do that. Obviously with cats, it might be that you play with the bird toys or other things and keep up that routine, the feeding, everything. Try to be as consistent as you can. It will help them. Another thing that I've heard, which I think is just great, and it only works if you have a dog. I don't think a cat would want to have a trip to Pet Barn, but if you've got a dog, you can, take the dog into Pet Barn and you loosen up your grip on the leash, and the first thing that their nose touches, they get to keep. So it might be a treat or a toy. And I think it's a great distraction for them and also you as well. So yeah, no black and white answer when it comes to some of these questions as to what we should do. I think it is really a case-by-case basis, and I will help you make that decision if you choose me and we're talking. I think I have a really good ability to read the room and give you all the options and just think about things that I've done in the past that have worked really well. So yeah.